Hi, welcome to this lesson. So in this lesson, we'll be looking at the outputs that you can use in your JavaScript. Okay, so how do you show outputs in JavaScript? There are multiple ways of doing it. For example, showing it in your page. For that, you need your document object model, where you can write something into the page. Into a HTML element. Okay, you know HTML, right? So you can create a paragraph like this, and within that you can insert code, insert some certain lines, or insert some text or image or whatever it is from within your JavaScript code. That's called document object model, but that's not something that we'll be handling immediately. Okay, we'll be handling that in one of the later modules, but for immediate use, when you don't know much of a JavaScript syntax or how to work with it, how do you do it? How do you output things in JavaScript without using the DOM? So the first way of doing it is alert statements. We already looked at the alert statements briefly. Remember, all you have to do is write alert like this. Okay, and within parentheses, within two parentheses, open and close parentheses, you have to give whatever your statement is. If you want to give some text, you have to give it within two quotes. It can be a single quote or a double quote. It can also be, see, it can also be like this. See, single quotes like this. And then end it with a semicolon. So that's how you write alert within a single quote or a double quote. You can write any statement you want, any text you want in here, any line in here, and you can go to your live preview, refresh it, and you'll see it in your statement. So live preview, basically, as the name implies, it lets you preview what code you write in here in your browser. But if you don't want to do that, you can just open up the index.html file in your browser separately, and you can refresh the page to get your latest updates. Okay, so you can do that as well. It works the same. Alright, so that's one way of doing it, alert statement. Okay, you can give anything. You can say hello world. Everything works. Okay, if you refresh that, see, you have hello world in here. So far we've only been looking at text within the alert parentheses. Okay, and this text is called a string. Okay, it's called a string. So just one thing. So you can write comments after the statement is done or before the statement starts as well, like just not within the statement, but after or before or in other lines. If you want to create a comment on the same line of the code, you can do that as well, right? So if you want anything at all, if you want a string to be displayed on your alert, you should always mention it within a quote. Okay, if it's not mentioned within quotes, you're going to get an error. If we go to our console in here, developer tools and console, you look at the error, you'll see the error. See, it says syntax error missing after argument list, which basically means I don't understand what's happening here. Why is this not the right syntax? That's what your browser is trying to tell you. So you have to give quotes, single or double quotes, if you want to display text. That is, if you want to display a string, then you have to give single or double quotes. Otherwise, it won't work. And also, it has to be the same kind of code. It can't be just a double quote and then a single quote like this. That doesn't work at all. See, there's an syntax error. So if it starts with a double quote, it has to end with a double quote. If it starts with a single quote, it has to end with a single quote. So I'll have to start it with a single quote. So that's the only way it works. See, the error is gone and we're getting our output. So this is called the alert box. So It's just a box, not a fancy box. It's a normal box. It just displays what you want displayed, and then you have an OK button in here, and when you click on it, it just goes off. If I refresh again, I'll get it back, because that's what I said, that it has to display it. That's all the code. That's all the code in here. So whenever you refresh, this is what you're gonna get. So hello world. Any message. It can be any message. It can be as big as you want it to be, or as small as you want it to be, and it's all gonna be displayed. Even if it's just one word, it's going to be displayed. See, just H. It's also going to be displayed. And if it was a very big line of whatever you want it to be, that's going to be displayed as well. All of that was displayed. Okay, so there's no limit to what you want displayed. So that's it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.